What's up everyone, welcome into another video. Now before we get into the video, I need your guys' help, so definitely go comment in the comments below after you watch today's video. So basically, as you guys can see me now, I'm using a different microphone than what I use in today's video. In the video I do today, I use a different microphone that's way up close to me that I actually have on my shirt, and that is so that it just captures my voice and no of the background noise. Because I'm further away now from my camera, I think it's a way better way to do it. But this was like the first time in a long time I've actually used this. So I need you guys to comment below if you like the audio sounding with the microphone or without it. I would say early in the video it didn't sound exactly right, but once it got going, I think it sounded a lot better. But comment below which one you think was sounding better, because I'm trying to make the content or the quality of the audio quality a lot better. You know, I'm trying to improve obviously the video quality with the different angles and stuff, but the audio quality, I want to make that better as well, so there's not a whole bunch of background noise and, you know, sometimes like a fridge is running or something. I don't want all that. So if I have the microphone there, it works better. I can't be as loud with it because it kind of like starts to rattle it a little bit. I think all microphones are like that, but you know, you guys comment below which one is better, okay? I just want you guys to comment below which one you like better. Me right now, me with it during a video, okay? That's all I want. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, don't take this one too seriously. This one's just pretty much for fun, but I think it is pretty enjoyable, and it's actually a pretty optimistic way to look at things if everything can come together. Enjoy the video, guys. I'll see y'all later. I'm out, or yeah, I'm out for now, but okay, I'm out.
What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys some kind of interesting content. Maybe not content that you asked for, but content that you guys needed. Today, we're going to be looking at the 2018 defensive season and the 2019 offensive season for the Detroit Lions. And what if those two came together to form one 2020 NFL team? Let's get it started. Welcome into another video, guys. I don't know why I did my intro like that. It really doesn't need to be that dramatic. This is just something to do for fun, so I thought, you know, it was a kind of interesting idea, and I thought I'd kind of throw it together. I thought I'd go through the numbers and kind of run it, which actually, by the way, was super confusing. All right, these numbers confused the heck out of me. There's so many numbers involved in this. It's like, what the heck's going on? I had to recheck like 3 times, and then it doesn't help. It doesn't help when Fox Sports gives you false information, all right? I'll talk about that in a second. But anyways, what we're really doing today is looking at the 2018 defense the Lions had and the 2019 offense they had. And what the main conception is that the big word, oh, I'm not trying. Okay, I think that's right. What the main conception is that if the Detroit Lions 2018 defense can play with the Lions 2019 offense, in 2020, the Detroit Lions will easily be a playoff team, right? And I wanted to really back that up because I always say that. Well, if the Lions 2019 offense was just average, the Lions would have been a playoff team, right? If we had that 2018 defense and it translated to 2019, Lions would be easily a playoff contender, Super Bowl possible contender, right? I mean, honestly, because statistically, they were that good defensively in 2018, and in 2019 with Stafford, offensively, they were that good. They just can't get them at the same time. And I know that's every team's problem, right? Oh, we can't get them at the same time. But this is reason to believe in Matt Patricia. So if you're a very optimistic fan, this is perfect for you. If you're not optimistic, well, it may not be perfect for you, but I'm glad you're here because we're going to have some fun today. But again, don't take this too serious, y'all. This isn't like, oh, this is how I'll make my prediction on the year. Like, come on, I've already been doing some of my games. Don't take it that serious, but I do think it is something interesting and fun to do just to kind of mix it up a little bit, you know, just to look at the numbers and maybe a what-if scenario for 2020, maybe a reason to have some hope that if it can come together, because Matt Patricia has only been here for 2 years, and we've seen tale of two sides, right? We've seen great offense, seen great defense. Can they come together in the third year, right? Third year, could it be like the Kyle Shanahan thing? I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about the numbers before I drag on this video way too much. So what I talked about, you know, Fox Sports giving me misinformation. All right, think about this for a second. Look at this. So I'm looking for the Lions 2018 points allowed per game. I first record this video. I look it up. Fox Sports is the only one I can find that was doing this. 21 points per game. I'm like, oh, that's pretty darn good. 21.1. You guys can go look it up for yourself too. 21 it says. I was like, all right, that's pretty darn good. But I always like to double check. So I checked Pro Football Reference. They said 22 point something. I was like, hold up. How are their numbers different? I'm like, that can't be right. Their numbers cannot be different. Double check. Yeah, I'm looking at the same year. Their numbers are different. So I'm like, great. Well, now I'm going to have to go through all the scores, add them up, you know, do some division and see what I come out with. I came out with 23. So I don't know how in the world everybody has different answers, but I know my answer is right because I did it by myself. All right. Sometimes you just got to do that, man. You got to triple check nowadays. I don't know. Maybe they forgot a game. I'm not sure what happened. But anyways, I got 23. So 23 points allowed per game in 2018, which is pretty darn good. They finished about top 10 in every statistical category and top half in the league, I believe, in points allowed per game. I don't know, though, Fox Sports, man. I don't know what they're talking about sometimes. And then in 2019, the Detroit Lions, good offense with Darrell Bevell. They couldn't get JBC out of there quick enough. Darrell Bevell comes in. And the reason I say that is because can you guys remember a time when it was week 1 in 2018? And the Jets were saying that they knew what we were going to do before we snapped the football. All right, is that a good thing, you know, when you're playing the Jets? It really doesn't matter who you're playing, but it's the Jets, y'all. We lost that game by 31, by the way. Yeah, it was a mess. Then in 2018, our new offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevel, kind of got everything clicking, and he had Matthew Stafford really, really good. I mean, Matthew Stafford went from one of his worst years of his career to arguably the best year of his career if he was able to play in all 16 games. So it definitely fixed itself in 2019. So in 2019, with Matthew Stafford, the Lions averaged 25.5 points per game, which can be rounded up to 26 because that's how you do it in math, I guess. You can leave it at 25. I'm going to round it up because that's how you do it mathematically. So we'll say Lions average 26, which doesn't really have much of an impact. We'll get into when it does, and I'll kind of talk about what the results would have been. But let's take a look, man. Let's put them together. So let's start off in the 2018 season. This one's kind of simple. All we're going to do is take the 2019 schedule, all right, and I'm going to go through it with the Detroit Lions averaging 26 points per game because that's what the Lions averaged when Matthew Stafford was healthy. Now, we'll look a little bit when he wasn't healthy, but let me just say it wasn't that great. But when he was healthy, in 2019, 26 points per game. So let's make every game, every single game. I can't decide like, well, this game's 30, this game's 15. No, I can't do that. Every game is 26, no matter what. Every game's 26. So if they scored 30, nope, moved down to 26. Every game was 26 in 2018, and Detroit Lions had their same defense. In 2018, the Detroit Lions would have either finished 9-7 or 9-6-1 instead of 6-10. Now, the reason it's 9-6-1 or 9-7 is because versus the Cowboys scored 26. So if you round up, we tie. If you round down, we lose. It's really however you want to look at it. Either way, 9-6-1, 9-7. You're second in division, I believe, because the Bears were 12-4, if I have that right. Either way, you're probably on the verge of a playoff spot, a wild card berth, and that's a huge start when you consider, Jim Caldwell, 9-7, 3 of his 4 years. Matt Patricia just coming in right away and giving you that again. That would have been huge, huge difference from 6-10. And then the very next season, so now you know what that looks like. Obviously, that's an improvement. So let's look at 2019 though. In 2019, we have a couple of different scenarios, so this one gets kind of fun. So we'll keep the offense the same. All right, we'll keep the offense the same first. So the first 8 games, the Lions offense, we're not going to change the averages because there's no need to make it 26 every game if it averages out to 26 or 25.5 when Matthew Stafford is healthy. So we're just going to leave that. All we're going to do is make sure that every team we play against, we gave up 23. No matter who we play against, they scored 23s. They scored 23 points per game. So it doesn't mean the Lions will technically be 8-0 because every game, could fluctuate offensively. That's the only way this is fair without making it technically impossible. So Detroit Lions, their offense score total is the same, but defensively they give up 23 points per game. Well, if that was the case, if the Detroit Lions did give up an average of 20, again, these are just averages, 23 points per game into 2019 season, they would have been 6-2 through the first 8 games. 6-2. That's a big difference from 3-4-1. I mean, 6-2, you're feeling like you're a playoff team. 3-4-1, you're not sure where you're headed. At that point, you're thinking we need to get in like 4 straight to be back in the race. At that point, you're really in trouble. 6-2 is a huge difference. The last time we were there was 2014. We were 7-2 at one point. Yeah, that's a big difference. All right, so now you know what it looks like. Okay, but now what are you going to do, right? Because now you lost Matthew Stafford. So we're going to look at both scenarios. We're going to look at the scenario if we just kept our backups and we had the 2018 defense, and we're going to look at if we had Matthew Stafford, again, by averages there. So that's how we're going to do this one. So if the Detroit Lions had a 2018 defense and they didn't put Matthew Stafford back in, so Matthew Stafford's hurt, right? The same scoring on the offense for the second half of the season. It works out because it's a perfect second half. Second half of the season was backup quarterbacks David Blau, Jeff Driscoll. I know there's a little bit there, but either way, the offense got worse. You take that, what their scoring totals was every game, and then now just make us give up 23 every single game. So the first half we were 6-2 with Stafford. The second half we would have been 1-7. 1-7. We would have been 1-7 with our backups. So what that tells me is, yes, the defense is definitely important, but it also tells me that Matthew Stafford's pretty darn important, and that kind of just puts him a little bit more perspective. I mean, it's not like 100% but it's pretty interesting to see, oh wow, we were still have been trash with the 2017 defense, at least by numbers, even if we had the 2018 defense, because our backup quarterbacks just did not score enough. They weren't awful, they just didn't score enough. The only win, I think, was the Cowboys. I think the only one was the Cowboys because we scored like 27 in that game, which is pretty good. Jeff Driscoll, I see you. All right, so we know that. Now, if I put Matthew Stafford, and I say, okay, well, you averaged 26 a game for the last 8, and the defense only gives up 23, that's technically impossible. I can't do that. Because if I did that, by averages, then we would technically go 8-0, because we can't lose a game if we average more points per game every week. So, I can't really do that. That's not a scenario I can actually, mess around with, unfortunately. Well, since we can't do that because it's not technically possible, all we can do is take Matthew Stafford, all right, and say, okay, they averaged 26 points per game for the last 8 games, assuming, if he was able to stay healthy, and you left the defensive total the same, the Lions would have had their last 8 games, they would have went 5-3. The second half there is not with the 2018 defense, because if we switch both, that's too many variables. So at that point, you're technically going 8-0. But if we keep the defense the same for the second half, and all you do is make the offense with Stafford, you technically would have won. You would have went 5-3, and that's not changing anything. That's just saying, hey, Stafford's healthy based on numbers. You're 5-3, so that's just something a little bit different. But what you can get from this is that if the Lions do have that defense with the offense, 6-2 in the first 8, right, instead of 3-4-1. If the Lions' 2018 defense offense comes together, you're probably going to be around 9-11 wins, right? That's probably where you're fitting in. That's a playoff team, and I think that's where a lot of people are predicting them this season. So I thought that was just interesting because it kind of played out like that, and I think it maybe gives you some optimism. I don't know. This is just something fun to do. Don't take this too serious. Don't go to the bank and be like, oh, snap. Something fun to do. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yes, I'm wearing a new microphone, so if it sounds weird, I'm sorry. But it's kind of late, so I don't want to be really loud, so I put a microphone close to my face. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.